Okay, so very good morning, participants. I think may I audible to all the participants?
Yes, Dr. Suresh. Your
Yeah,
screen is
so
visible. Yes, you are audible.
yeah, it's a screen also visible. Okay, thank you so much. I think some few participants if say that good morning to hello participants.
Good morning, sir.
Anyone? Yeah, good
morning.
morning. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Yeah, okay. So as Dr. Dinesh said that it is maybe one or two means participant maybe a new topic, but of course this plasma is the well-known topic, well-known area, and it's a versatile old version of different technology for applying the plasma generations. Okay. So yeah, so of course we can take into the catalysis part in the chemical engineering, and of course it's a definitely it's a new area, the plasma catalysis. Okay, so I feel that all the participants are in the range of chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, and physics, chemistry. So because my talk will be like maybe art of science and as well as the technology, maybe engineering, of course, the engineering point of view. Okay. So by this word, I would like to start my presentations. So I'm going to discuss actual title of the today's talk is the plasma catalysis, a feasible solution for carbon dioxide valorizations. I think the last 3 days, I hope participants enjoyed their lectures, means different lectures given by the different resource persons. Okay, so here everybody we thought that we got this the theme of this FTB is basically the carbon dioxide as the working fluid for the future energy requirement. Okay, this is the topic. Is nice topic actually. This is the very recent required topic, at least at our country national level. Okay, so of course everybody will tell that what is the CO2, how to generate the energy from the CO2, waste CO2, or how to control first of all. Okay, so that in that domain I'm just taking about the plasma catalysis. Okay, how this plasma catalysis will be an important role for converting the CO2, excess CO2, or we can say that waste CO2, or we can say that global warming CO2. So whatever you can assume that. So we are just looking for the plasma, like a plasma catalyst. Okay, so before starting my the lectures, it is just like a brief outline. Like maybe of course it's a lengthy. Maybe like first we are going to look at the industrial pollutions abatement. Why it's required? Okay, what is the CO2? What is the play important role in the global warming or energy, or what aspect energy scenario? What is the world scenario or energy scenario status, and how the CO2 utilization is taking place, and then international status of tuning CO2 into CO. So because people will always talk about the conversion of CO2 and other things. Okay, now the carbon dioxide conversion plant, see there is so many already existing pilot plant of CO2. Okay, so that also we can look it, and then we are going to look at the comparisons. Okay, comparison of the advantage and disadvantage of the different technology for the CO2 reductions and properties. Of course we are coming to the actual physics, or of course science, chemistry, the property of plasma and its unique feature of CO2 conversion, thermal plasma and non-thermal plasma. Okay, warm plasma, this is a classification of plasmas. And then we are going to look at how the dissociation, the chemistry dissociation of CO2 dissociation of chemistry, how it is happening. Okay, different type of plasma setup. Okay, that means we have the different plasma setups, how the CO2 conversion is taking place. Then plasma catalysis and the reactor and catalysis options. What are all the catalysis are happening, and summary and closing perspectives. Okay, these are all my outlines. So I think I hope you are understanding that flow of presentations. Okay, so I'm just moving. Okay, now you look at like industrial abatement. As you know that why CO2 is very important role in the global warming, because it's the one of the most greenhouse gas. Okay, to emit the like indirectly it has the reason to increase the atmospheric temperatures. Okay, currently if you look at the simple picture of this, say for example, like if you look at sorry. If you look at just to say for example, if you look at in 1958, okay, and then if you see here the 316, how the how drastic changes. You see that 416, like a 316 to in 2021. You look at the 316 to 416. That means drastically it was increased. That means CO2 level of CO2 in the atmosphere. When you look at the carbon load, of course, where it is coming, it's coming from the fossil, basically fossil fuel, the coal, oil, gas, and then of course the industrial activities, burn forest, of course the open fire. Okay, in the it's happening in the forest or other part of the atmospheres. The problem of global warming, climate change cannot be ignored. Of course, we always discuss why this even IPCC, okay, even Paris, the protocol, or we can say the Paris meeting. So why these kind of things are hoping? Of course, how to get the concern of global warming and how to control the climate change. Okay, especially for the CO2 level. Okay, how we can control. So here you look at the industrial pollution, whatever we are taking about that, there is the iron and steel. Okay, so how much percentage of accommodating the CO2, and then you see here I'm just crudely saying that it's the agriculture and then transportations. Okay, if you live living style and electricity, so this all the aspect we require, and then some of the chemical industries or and then iron steel industry and cement like minerals industry, these are all responsible for the emission of CO2. Okay, that is what we need to find out from here. When you talk about so just it's a overall like a scenario, a status of currently. Now the based on that CO2 is typically increased, so obviously there is a chance of increasing the temperature, surface temperature of atmosphere. So and then if you look at it day by day, okay, it's estimated things. So you look at how much things are happening. Okay, when you talk about slowly the temperature variations. Okay, it's like horrible things. Okay, that is what we are always talk about. That of course this the faculty development program. It's mean that how we can use that waste CO2 or the excess CO2 which is accommodated in the surface, and we are trying to get it the useful product or useful energy things. Okay, main thing is that energy requirement. Next one. So now this, if you look at the world energy scenario, okay, this is a completely like again the energy scenario. Okay, if you look at oil and other things, okay, it's steeply decline. Okay, if you go for steeply decline, so just you see that one, it is going for you slowly it's getting decrease on that point. It's all the things are happening requirement, and then even say that the availability. So these all very difficult to justify. That's why the people will look it for the renewable energies nowadays. The renewable energy, the way they are going for the renewable energy and making the things. Okay, that is what of course we have the in our own country we have the excess amount of the renewable sources, but only thing is that we need to see the technology, which technology is very feasible. Of course there is some few generation of CO2. That CO2 should also take care when you are designing the technology. So ultimately what happened, we require the requirement of energy is drastically increased, and the source of energy is very like we can say that more depleted. So that's why the CO2 main thing is that we require this some kind of solutions. Okay, this some kind of solutions we require. So for how we can convert the CO2 so that we'll get, or at least we can compromise the energy scenario, or at least we can take into the some level. So this is the main things which I want to focus. So here, if you look at this one, how we can mitigations, how suppose there is happen, or there is excess of things are happening. So you see here the adaptations. First thing is that increasing the adaptation management impact of climate change. That is called adaptations. Adaptation we are keeping here, and decarbonization, energy efficiency, the clean renewable energy mitigations. First adaptations and mitigations, and then again the mitigation in terms of capturing. Okay, long time sequence. Okay, carbon sequenciations, and then even see, of course, there will be a sequentiation of this one. Okay, so if you look at the carbon, finally, what is their initiation? Like what we are trying to find out, there should be some value added product. That means what we are trying to say, we are trying to get the some kind of value added product or chemicals. Okay, how we can get it? This CO2. Okay, this excess CO2, we are trying to get it the value added product. So we should keep in our mind, there should be a emission of CO2 also, the level of CO2 also we should take care while we are developing or designing the technology. So now if you look at that, how the people are utilizing, it's a some simple the pictorial view. So if you look at the turning of CO2 into fuels, okay, if you look the things, okay, like when you talk about the CO2, okay, so tuning of CO2 into fuel, say how it is going on. So it's the sun, and then biomass is getting generated, and this is the simple you are getting the some fuel, the fuel is going transfer, and again the CO2 plus water, okay, it is going again to the your forest or your residues. Okay, so what happened, the renewable energy, the synthesis gas, again it is going to the same scenario, the cycle is same. Okay, and then value added product, it's like something we can find out. So of course the CO2 level in the atmosphere is higher, 416, and technology, there is so many technologies to feel that there is so many like you can say that CO2 reforming. As chemical engineering, we know that what is the reforming technologies, hydrogen productions and CO2 hydrogenations, methanol and methane and formaldehyde, dimethyl ethers. Okay, these are all some of the product for the hydrogenation process. Okay, even one third methods, or we can say that direct splitting of CO2 into CO. This is what we are going to target it. Suppose in this lecture we are going to target is mainly how the directly splitting, how we can go for the directly splitting, because this is what the nowadays the government of India as well as the worldwide, they are looking for that, how we can go for the direct splitting of CO2 to CO or other valuable products. Okay, valuable products. What is the advantage of CO? CO is the energy rich feedstock, recycling of CO2, increasing sustainability of oil resource and global warming. So this is what we are trying to make it the things. Okay, direct splitting of things. Now this is some of the literature, international status, what is happening. So if you to go for the methane and ethylene productions, okay, the using the copper metal electrode, okay, by using electrochemical reductions, they got the like a CO2 reduction by using the electrochemical, and then methane and ethylene productions we are obtained, and there is a good, they developed the hollow porous carbon fiber. Okay, that means what happened, ultimately we are going to for the these they are prepared the hollow fiber electrodes. Okay, electrodes, and this carbon monoxide, it will be nice, and some of the researchers, the Carolina, the University of South Carolina, they have used the carbon nanotube catalysis. Okay, so converting the CO2 into CO, and they have carbon nanotube, they are trying to dope with the nitrogen co-precipitations methods. Okay, this is published in the Natural Communications. Okay, so then these are all some of the natural communication. This is how things are. They have published directly converting CO2 into gasolines. Okay, here there is some results they have obtained. Okay, whatever the surface morphology and the things we are trying to see here, how things are happening. This is a TEM image, and then what are all fractional product which you are getting, N-paraffins, olefins, isoparaffins, naphthalene, aromatics. These are all they have done directly gasoline things, and these are all some of the results what they have obtained. Okay, so here we are just looking the what is the existing some of the pilot plant. Okay, for the CO2 conversions. Okay, if you look at very interesting things, if you look at that the Canadian companies, so they have developed this type of pilot scale, how the CO2 conversions. Okay, this pilot plant is suitable for converting CO2 into methanol, and then production rate 1 million ton per year. So they have doing this one. The cost is approximately 500 to 1000 USD per metric ton. So they 90 4 to 233 USD per ton. So attempting their attempts are being made. They have already processed, and then I just this motto of this showing this picture. What the world level, why people are like initiation, why the CO2 is very creating the problem, especially for global warming, and then it will if you go for the proper utilizations, so it has its own potential to generate the energy levels. Okay, so here the Finland, so they have converted small portable reactor to converting CO2 into methanol, ethanol, and carbon nanofibers. Okay, these are all some of the pictures. And then if you look at the direct methanol synthesis, okay, when you talk about this one, they have done this in Israel. So they have done this type of thing. They used indium oxide and zirconium oxide. Okay, so they used it for the conversion of CO2 into directly through the atmospheric air. So now we are coming to the exact things what we are trying to focus in this talk. First of all, before going to the plasma catalyst, I want to convey you what is the comparison status, what is the disadvantage and advantage. If you look at it, like see, this is the pictures. If you look at the traditional catalysis by the microwave heating, that is called microwave heating, and then microwave heating, and then electrochemical, solar thermochemical, photochemical, biochemical, and plasma chemicals. Okay, so what happened if you look at the use of different earth metals, renewable energies? Okay, then your conversions and yield and separation needed. Overall, if you look at day by day, yeah, traditional catalysis, okay, there is advantage and disadvantage. And then, of course, when you look at this comparison chart, this biochemical and photochemical process are also reply to the indirect renewable energy when they have coupled with the artificial light. Of course, the biochemical and photochemical process, if you couple with the this direct conversions by using the light, so it will be very useful things. Then electrochemical cell, it is a cell needed to operate elevated temperature. Of course, there is a requirement of the temperature, and cells are sensitive to on-off fluctuations. So of course there will be a fluctuation of the need for the post-reduction separations. Of course, the what is the things we are getting, the electrochemical methods, it has the own advantage and disadvantage. In case of biochemical CO2 conversions, required very energy intensive post-reaction separation and processing step. So the need for the post-reaction separation for the plasma technology highly depend on the process. So overall, if you look at these plasma chemicals, okay, we can take it into the considerations. Almost it has the unique feature for the advantage. Okay, few things are like if you look at operating cost, it will be a low, or we can say that it will be like so. So of course, it will be the conversion yield is very important. It's a high, okay, in that low. These two aspects, when you look at it, I think people are suggesting or recommending the plasma chemicals or plasma catalysis. Okay, so yeah, so now we are coming to the properties of the plasma. See, before starting that any technology, we should first of all find their transport process. The transport process is mainly involving the science of art. Okay, that you know that as chemical engineering or any engineering, there should be a transport process. So first of all, we should look at what the plasma properties. Okay, so the first of all, the plasma terms. Okay, it's you know that Langmuir in 1928. It's a very good scientist, and he have done a lot of discoveries. Okay, so he have done even you have find out the adsorption isotham. Okay, that is a very good till now we are using for his approach. And then when you talk about the plasma, he was introduced first. Okay, plasma, first of all, what is the plasma? Okay, what sense is that? Okay, if you look at the plasma, it's the ionized gas, which means at least one electron is unbound, creating the positive charge ions. Okay, that is whatever the normal getting the stage. Okay, stage, when you talk about the stage and the level of band. Okay, the plasma has the vacuum. That means what we can say that it has the own creative positive charge. How the positive charge is getting this one? The ionized gas. Okay, it's convert the gas into ionized. At least one electron is unbound, creating the positive charge ions. In practice, the ionized degree in the plasma can vary from full ionized gas, say for example 100% to partially ionized gas. So this is very, very important, participants. When you look at see the almost when you talk about the ionized gas, partially ionized gas, okay, 100% ionized gas, okay, it will be the means the plasma can generate, that means highly partially gas generate into 10 to the power of -4 at 10 to the power of -6 torque. You know that what is the torque, or we can say the millibar. Okay, this is a unit, we can say that torque or millibar. Okay, this is the things you think it. Imagine that how the plasma. That's what I'm saying. The plasma we can say that sun. Okay, sun or star. Okay, it can be created this type of ionized things very easily. That is what we are talking about, the thermal plasma. Okay, I will come into the latter what is the classification of plasma, but if we look at that, we need to create such a vacuum, that such a ionized gases, okay, ionized gases to become this much level of vacuum, so then the plasma can be occur. The various type of plasma of ion, both positive and negative plasma, can also consider large number of neutral species, different type of atoms, molecule, radical and excited species. Okay, the latter can lead among the others the to emit the light. So this is the most important things, okay, properties. So the most important, all the species can interact with each other, make a plasma in highly reactive and complex chemical cocktails, which is interest to many potential application. Okay, that means what we are talking about all the species, how the interaction will taking place. Accordingly, your ionized plasma, that means your gas will be ionized form, and then plasma is getting generated. So plasma can already be found in several applications in the chemical engineering, like say for example the coating depositions. Okay, of course the coating deposition is mainly the plasma can be accessed, and surface modifications and nanomaterial fabrications, electronics industries for the microchip, of course we are using for the plasma technologies, light source, laser, display, and then medical application. Of course, when you talk about like a non-thermal plasma, we are especially talking about medical applications and these sterilizations, wound and cancer treatment. So we go for the plasma, non-thermal plasma. Okay, that is, we will discuss this one by one. So you see that beauty of the plasma. The plasma is a simple vacuum. Okay, how it is naturally available, we can create it in terms of the ionized gas. Okay, ionized gas, this is a simple. So that means the plasma can be generated through the ionized gas. Only that plasma will exist in starting from, we can say that 10 to the power of -3 or 10 to the power of -4 torr or millibars. So here some of the, because why I'm putting the effort for properties, because many of the persons or participants, they may be not slightly aware of what is the plasma and other things. Okay, so that's why I'm just putting my effort. Like a plasma is sometimes referred to the fourth state of matters. Okay, we know that what is the fourth state of matter, owing to observations that with increasing temperature matter transform in the sequence solid, liquid, neutral, that is gas, and finally ionized gas. That is what a fourth stage. Why we are trying to say, it is very clear that we have the first state is the solid, second state is the liquid, and third one is of course there will be a gaseous. Fourth one is the ionized gas. That is very, very important. What I think participants, you should understand what is the difference between the ionized gas and gas, that is called this one. Ionized gas, if the gas in the ionized form, then there is a chance of plasma. The generation of plasma, that generation of plasma, it has the vital applications. Okay, there is a vital application, as I told you, medical, say simple, the cancer treatment. Okay, we cannot use some kind of like a traditional or conventional treatment, because it's very, very sensitive. Okay, stem cell is very, very like a pathetic, and it is the very, very unstable. Okay, we cannot get it into that. So we need to use some kind of sophisticated and highly purified technology, so that the treatment can be done without any treatment itself, it should not be harm to the patient. Okay, so then when you look at the concept of plasma, it's less known than other state of matter. Of course the plasma, people can think, of course, in this seminar also the participants maybe think that, as even Dinesh was point out, that this plasma is already there. It is a fourth state of plasma, like it is a simply ionized gas. Okay, more than 99% of visible matter in the universe is the plasma state, mainly attributed to the intrastellar matter and the stars. That's why I'm given the example. Stars, sun is the perfect example of plasma. Furthermore, basically, many, if not to say all, natural occurring weather phenomena emitting light are in fact plasma. Okay, in fact, plasma, where we must thank to excited species for emission of these colorful light shows. Okay, we should always thanks to natural. As you know that without nature, we cannot move from one place to another place. Okay, that is what we always thanks to sun and star, or we can say overall this in the nature. Other natural plasma close to home are earth ionospheres, the plasma spheres, and the outer magnetospheres. Beside the natural plasma, we have distinguished between two main man-made. That is what I am coming to that. We have the natural plasma, and then we have the man-made. Of course, there artificial plasma is generated by our the human brain, by using of the human brain. The first one are the high temperatures or fusion plasma, which is generally completely ionized plasma. Application include tokamaks and cellulators, plasma pinchers, and focuses. Like we can say that the high temperature, it's basically a thermal plasma. We can talk about the thermal plasma, and then the fusion, which is completely ionized, and then it formed that some kind of pinches, and it is conversion is taking place. The second group compressed of the weak ionized plasma, that we can say that a gas discharge, or we can say that non-thermal plasma. So if you see that as subdivisions, maybe whether plasma in thermal equilibrium or not, okay, the temperature in the plasma is determined by the average energy of the different species, like electron, neutron, ion, and their relevant degree of freedoms. Okay, so these are all some of the physics. Okay, physics which I want to make it things. Now, if you look at when the temperature of this species in the same is localized area, the plasma said to be a localized thermodynamic equilibrium. As you know that without thermodynamics, nothing technology can be well established, or nothing different process will not be happened. So, okay, that's why there is a local thermodynamic equilibria. That means the plasma, that means all the temperature of this species is the same in the localized area. Okay, that we are saying the local thermodynamic equilibria. If the temperature of all species is not same in the localized area, so we talk about the non-local thermodynamic equilibrium, and this discharge are usually a non-thermal plasma. That is what I am saying. The plasma, thermal plasma, non-thermal plasma. Thermal plasma, of course, the temperature of a particular species or all the species should be similar to the or same to the localized areas, or localized the conditions. That means localized area means the particular conditions. Okay, then we can say the thermal plasma. And then when you talk about non-thermal plasma, it should be, of course, there will be a variation will be hugely happening. So that is the non-thermal plasma. This is the major classifications. When you talk about anywhere, any researchers are bound to classify this thermal and non-thermal plasmas. Okay, that is very important. Now, this is some of our lab, like, our reactors, we have done the fabrication. It's under the patent. So we have developed, this is actual picture, actual color of the plasma. The people, we can say that it's a very nice color. So when you look at this is actually this intensity. When you look at intensity of this color, it majorly depends on your level of your vacuum, or what mode, what source we are using for generating the plasma. Okay, of course there will be a ionized gas. This is the something like that, how that depends on the ionized gas, how the things will happen. Okay, you see here that initially the light colors, and the final final color will be just like a plasma. It's some kind of the color which I am showing here. Okay, So now, just thermal plasma. If you look at the thermal plasmas, okay, so there will be can be achieved in the two way, either the high temperature, okay, so high temperature typically 400 Kelvin. When you talk about the 400 Kelvins, 400 Kelvin, and then yeah, so high temperature ranging from the 4,000 Kelvin to 20, or we can say 20,000, depends on the EC of ionizations, okay, or high pressure, high gas pressures, okay, we can generate it either ways, okay, or high, of course, high temperature, it is high gas pressures, and then temperature you can vary this one. So they are either possible. Yeah, when you talk about even PSW process, like a high pressure adsorption swing adsorption process. So of course use the technology for either you increase the temperature or you can increase the pressures. Okay, the both can be done in the adsorption process, that specifically for the pressure swing technology. So like that, this thermal plasma can be achieved by two ways. One is for the temperature, alter the temperature, or alter the pressures. Okay, so initially the electron received energy from the electrical field during their mean free path between the collisions, and this lost small portion of this energy during the collision is so heavy particle. That means what happened? There is the always the collision between one species to another species. Basically, as I told you last slide also, the plasma should be generated by means of our thermal plasma can be generated. That means there should be a at the particular locations, all the species will be collided, okay, with circums to the your gaseous species, and specifically that when it's a collision is taking place, there is the always the possibility of 100% of ionized gases, and then it will be converted into plasma field, plasma level, and then the treatment will be, or performance will be taking place. So these are all main thing here. The most thing is that it is the square of ratio, like we can say that we can electrical field, like when you are applying the DC, say for example DC plasma, other RF from a radio frequency, and that direct current plasma. Okay, when you need some source. Okay, when you generate the plasma, that means thermal plasma, we require some source, the DC supply, or we can say RF or anything, so microwave. So that means we can find out the electrical field to the pressure, electrical field to the pressures. That means E by P squares, which is proportional to the temperature difference in the gas discharge. Okay, that is some simple relations, how the electrical field is directly proportional to the particular temperature difference in the gas discharge unit. This is a different type of cone. That is a plasma cone. When you talk about this non-transfer plasma, hollow electrode, because this is electrode kind of things, no? The arrangement is electrode kind of, and then indexly the coupled plasma, and you are talking about plasma DC and RF frequency, of course, radio frequency, and then we are just making creating the induced coupled plasma, and a simple this is a cone, and then transfer plasma, this happened. So the thermal plasma has a numerous advantage compared to traditional technology. Say for example, high temperature, high intensity, non-ionized radiations, high energy intensity. The heat source is always the directional with a sharp interface, deep thermal gradient that can be controlled. Okay, controlled independently of the chemistry, whereas the upper temperature, that means what we are talking about thermal plasma, we need the temperature difference in the discharge unit. We are talking about the discharge unit. So sorry, then it reached to the 20,000 Kelvin or more. It's mentioned above because it's very, very important when you talk about all the alter the temperatures. So it is very, very important things. Okay, non-thermal plasma, as I told that it's basically very useful for the medical applications, and definitely the difference I should explain you that, because in non-thermal plasma we have the we have the electrodes, basically the high voltage, whatever the electrode in non-plasma is created by applying the potential difference between two parallel electrodes, okay, two parallel electrodes which are inserted in the reactor filled with the gases. This potential difference creates the electrical field which causes the gas breakdown. The gas breakdown up to some extent into the positive ions and the electron, although the majority of the gas molecules still remain neutral. So that means what happened, that the only difference which I am telling you, that here we are using like we are using the different source, okay, different source of electrode, okay, different source of electrode, or we can say that dielectric material, or we can say that arc based material. So we are just like we are keeping this one, okay. Now the electron are accelerated by this electrical field towards the positive electrode anode. That means we can say that anode, when they collide with the gas molecules, this can be rise to the ionized excitations and dissociations. Okay, there is a three level of this gas is getting ionized. Excitations, as you know that there is a energy band gap. Okay, whenever you are selecting the particular material, say simple example I am telling you, when you are talking about zirconium, when you are taking into the some high level, the zirconium activity will be different from the normal material. So that means we are trying to what, plasma is taking place in some other level, fourth state. Okay, so that means ionized, we are trying to find out. The new electron created by the ionized or secondary electron emission of the cathode can further give the rise to the further ionized the collisions. Is the process is make, you can say that make the plasma self-sustained. So of course when you talk about the, because there is a self-sustained methods also available. I will discuss with you that self-sustained plasma, how the things are. The excitations collision create an excited molecule which can decay the to the ground state, another lower levels, the emitting light, which is one of the characterized feature of the plasma. What am I trying to say, that you know that there is the source and then emitting level, source level, emitting level, and exciting level. Okay, so what happened, there is a molecules, atoms is getting collided with each species. So what happened, we required some kind of state. That means we can say that the emitting state, which is getting for making the higher level. So that means what happened, when you are start to pressurize, when you start to increase the temperature. So what happened, ultimately the gas is slowly getting warm up, and then it's reached to some level or some level of state. Okay, it's level of state and create the plasmas. So like finally the dissociation of collisions create radicals. Of course, when the collision is taking place, there is a free radicals will be generated. It can be easily form the new compounds, and this form the basis of the gas conversion application for the or of non-thermal plasmas. Although this way of plasma creation by applying the potential difference between the electrode, it's only one possibility to create the plasma. The principle of gas activations by electron creating the reactive species, ions, excited species, radicals is equally valid for the other type of plasma as well. In general, this gas activation by electrons is also the reason for the good efficiency of CO2 conversion by non-thermal plasmas. Okay, we will discuss it. What is the how researchers are used for the CO2 conversions by non-plasma or plasma things. So again, there is a third plasma, that is intermediate. Like we can say that, of course, when you make the classification, so of course there will be an intermediate. So what happens, the conventional thermal and non-thermal discharge cannot be simultaneously provide a high level of non-equilibrium and high electron density, whereas the most prospective plasma chemical application required both. So that means high power as translated in the high electron density for the efficient reactor, productivity, high degree of non-equilibrium to the selective populate, certain degree of freedom, such vibrating excited state. Okay, so what happened, the warm plasma is basically the to intermediate to, suppose some of the application we need to check it, like some of the application, very rare, we can say that, or most of the cases, sometime we required both the applications or both the help from the like thermal or non-thermal. So in that case, we can use for some kind of translations excite state. That means it's basically to manipulate the you are ionize the gas. Okay, how you are ionize based on temperatures or based on pressure, or we are keeping into the electrode, two electrode, and the bombarding or collisions of these two when the you are creating the vacuum. Suppose the two electrode you are creating the vacuum, so that means the gas is getting ionized form. Then based on this electrode, this both electrode, this both electrical pollution is taking place, and then you are forming the nice plasma generations or plasma torch, that is called. So these are all some of the like advantage. What is the warm plasma? This is one. So now the CO2 dissociation chemistries, when you talk about this, is very, very important. Now we are actually coming to the CO2 correlations. Okay, if you look at the CO2 conversion, as even many resource persons, maybe last 3 days, they have explained about the how the methanol can be converted, how the methanization. So there, the important task or important point to be noted. Okay, so like as I told you that the thermal plasma and non-thermal plasma, it will be categorized by means of your purely on thermodynamic properties. Okay, so what is the thermodynamic properties? As we know that the enthalpy, okay, the enthalpy is coming to the dash. So you know that whenever the reaction is taking place as a chemical engineering, as a reaction engineering point of view, there will be certainly there will be a barrier. Okay, there will be always the reaction barriers. So that we are called as the enthalpy, or we can say that there will be a resistivity. Okay, so we require the reaction, any reactions, we require some kind of the source of energy, okay, to convert that particular reactions. Or I'm not saying that completely the this one. If you look at the step by step, this is a very, of course, this is a very simple step when you look at. But the interesting thing is that how the things are happening. When you look at the CO2 splitting, CO2 is converted into CO and then half of the oxygens. When the dry reforming, so methanins, okay, how this is happening? We are trying to reforming. Of course, we know that what is the reforming of the methane, the dry reforming, CO, and then H2, hydrogen production is happening. Then we can go for the methanol synthesis. We are trying to make it that the producer CH is a chain process. Okay, it's a chain. Keep in mind, participants, this all it's a chain process. Like a CO2, then we are trying to 3 mole of hydrogen and getting the methanol. Okay, and then water. So methanations, how the thing is that there is a 2 part of reaction is taking place. One is the methanol and methanations, like a methane. Like we can say methanol and methane are simultaneously produced, and then finally the hydrogen, 1 mole of hydrogen is converting into CO again. That is called a reverse water gas shifting reaction. This is very, very like of course this reverse water gas shifting reaction and water gas shifting reaction. This water gas shifting reaction is very, very important. That is what, because it is producing the hydrogen, that means fuels. It is producing hydrogens from the waste. Okay, whatever thing is that. And then water splitting. When you talk about the water splitting also, it is very, very important. Of course, you know that hydrogen, what is the hydrogen generation? Even many of the government agency, they are floating the proposal how we can generate the hydrogen, or how we can produce the hydrogen from the waste CO2 or any other waste biomass. Okay, these are all some of the simultaneous reactions, photocatalytic plasma reactions. Okay, here the chemistries, the first reactions, when we talk about the decomposition of CO2 into CO at the normal temperature and pressures. When normal temperature and pressures, okay, the attractive significant interest as this reaction is almost the impossible at the low temperature using conventional catalyst, while CO is the important chemical feedstock for the further synthesis of fuels and chemicals. So now you see that simple like glow discharge, like we can talk about the non-plasma. We are getting the 30% of CO2 achieved in the input voltage of 7 like input we are putting the. So radio frequency discharge 90% we are getting CO2 conversions. How it is converting, then I will give the mechanism, each and every explanation in the coming slide. So microwave discharge, we are getting the 90% conversion in the particular 100-watt power input, and dielectric barrier discharge. These are all classifications whether into the plasma system, maybe a thermal or non-thermal. Basically the non-thermal we are talking about the microwave, and then 30% conversion with this particular power densities. Okay, power density of this one. Now, this is the some of the mechanisms, as we already seen that how the CO2 getting converted into different product. If you look at the formic acid, and then we are getting methanol, and then we get the methane. So these are all the energy levels. When you talk about energy levels, we are trying to get it. Now this is the some of the reactions, how the dissociation of CO2 dissociation is taking place. The simple chemistry that when we see in the tabular form, it's similar to that. And then I'm just giving the part like a step by step, what is the conversions and how things are happening. Okay, so this is similarly there is interesting things we can try to calculate is that specific energy input. Okay, specific energy input is defined the plasma power divided by the gas flow rate, and then its dominant determining factor for the conversions and energy efficiency in the plasma process. Okay, this is the power divided by flow rate into whatever you are converting the this flow rate, maybe a second or minutes. Okay, so this specific energy input is very, very important. And when you talk about conversion efficiency, that is something like that mole, how much mole of CO2 you are keeping. This very, very important participants. Like when you talk about the how the conversion is taking place, the mole of CO2 input and output divided by how much input of this is simple conversion efficiency. And energy efficiency, that means nothing but your efficiency of 2.9 electron volt into divided by this one specific energy input. So we need to calculate theoretically this one. This is very, very important. How theoretically we can calculate that is shows that energy efficiency of this one. So here again this this after using that electron voltage per mole. So these are all these calculations are final the equations which we are giving for making the efficiency, energy efficiency. Okay, there is a difference is the specific energy input depend on, or energy efficiency depend on the specific energy input, which this is the relation for that how the things are happening. So finally like the efficiency, energy efficiency are depend on the specific energy input. And finally the energy cost, we are trying to call, see ultimately ultimately you are making like see when you are making the any conversions of CO2, so ultimately the energy cost is very, very important. So how the energy cost is that the energy cost is the amount of energy you are consumed by the process, any process. Okay, this is very normal. It is a very normal, we can say that normal conversions. The energy how much you are consumed for the process per conversion converted of mole or electron volt per converting sorry converting the molecules. Okay, so if you look at this EC, that energy cost is dependent on the specific energy into the 25 by 1 liter means liter by moles and divided by your efficiency. This is the total efficiency. Okay, total efficiency. Okay, so these are all some of the correlations or relations. It is useful to convert the energy and levels. Okay, so at the atmosphere pressures, a simple NTP. Okay, so what will be the NTP and what is the your level of this one, and these are all some of the things. I will show you the this one. So you see here the fraction of electron energy. Okay, and then it's the electrical field. We are applying the reduced electrical field in terms of, we can say that down, when I look at here downstream, or we can the Townsend. Okay, TD is the Townsend. That is the with the normal we can say that the notation which is given by the author. Okay, it is the down. Okay, so this is the actually this is the reduced electric field is corresponding to the whatever the things. So the main important thing is here. If you look at the various graph which this electron and the electric field and the electron energy, you see, look at possible things are going. The microwave and the arc, that means garlic arc, or we can say that this discharge. Okay, and then dielectric barrier discharge. Okay, there is a regions when particular things are there. When you are increasing the electrical field, the performance also with getting increased, and when you are keep on increasing, that what happens, the region is getting down. When you talk about here, that is what I'm saying, electronic excitations, dissociation and ionizations. This is three state. Okay, there is three state: electronic excitations, dissociations and ionizations. So this three state, it's very, very important, depends on the electrical field, and accordingly the CO2 will be dissociations. Okay, here there will be an important beneficial of CO conversions, because as I told you, first of all, we need to any kind of like a methanol or methane and other things, we are trying to get it. सर अभी क्लास चल रहा सर अभी है ना क्लास ओ अच्छा 4 बजे सर मैं भी क्लास ले रहा मैं बात करता ना सर हाँ ओके So here the important thing is that a CO conversion technologies and which is very important, because ultimately whenever you are going for any conversion like a value added product like methanol, ethanol, formic acid or any kind of things, the very important the conversions is the CO, and the CO what is the levels when you talk about the distance. Okay, here the CO2 electronics vibrational levels. Okay, these are some of the physics, just I'm just exploring that kind of science background, the illustrations. The more energy needed for the direct electronic excitation dissociations than for the stepwise vibration excitations. Okay, what happened when you are that is what I told, that the three state we have, the three state we always trying to find out the maximum state with the your gas is getting ionized. Okay, nothing else. Okay, when the maximum get the gas is getting ionized, the CO2 evaluation or CO2 is getting more and more, and so the CO2 may be a next feedstock or raw material for the another ones. Okay, so that is very like important things. Though here the beneficial, some of the beneficial I told you that CO, what is the importance? So it is a feedstock of to converting to methanol formaldehyde. It's a thermodynamically feasible, but we can say the kinetically little feasible. The conversion of CO is the thermodynamically less preferred, however the kinetically favor. So these are all some of the like properties why the CO conversions or other things are taking place. Okay, so here we are now starting with that classification of different plasma technology what is existing in the year. The one by one we can very go to things. Okay, so there is a different plasma technology is happened. One is the dielectric barrier discharge and microwave, and then gliding arc discharge. Okay, other type of plasma, radio frequency, corona frequency like discharge, glow discharge, spark, and nanosecond pulse discharges. Okay, these are all other classification of plasma, and majorly we are taking dielectric and then microwave, gliding arc, and then we can say that radio frequency. So you see that dielectric barrier discharge. Okay, this is typically non-thermal plasma. Of course, we are talking about now non-thermal plasma where the gas is more or less at room temperature, and then electron are heated to the temperature of 2 to 3 electron volt. That means by strong electrical field in the plasma. That means what happened, the dielectric barriers or dielectric barrier discharge, it's considered to be a non-thermal plasma. It has the one temperature variations. How this temperature variation can be created or increased by means of the electrical field in this one. For example, the microwave and the gliding arc discharge are example of warm plasma. The gas can reach temperature up to 1000 Kelvin and more. The electron temperature typically up to the few electron volts. Okay, this is a classification just like a non-thermal and warm thermal warm plasmas. So dielectric barrier discharge. So you just go through this one. Just I want to explain from the figures. Okay, when you talk about that, we are talking about the like a this electrical this electrode. Okay, when you talk about this electrode, when your electrical field is applying, there is a bombardment that I told you. There is a three stage of collisions or three stage of collisions, or we can say state, we can say that. Okay, so what happened, the three state when you're talking about the slowly, so your whatever the electrode is present here and this here, it has the own characterization or properties, and then it will try to ionize the gas, whatever you are passing the gas, whatever the pass getting the ionized, And then discharge gap, we say that ground electrode, electrical dielectric barrier, there is a barrier will create, of course, as I told you, when you start to reaction is taking place, or you are converting the barrier into the making into the some other way. So of course there will be a barrier resistance will be occurs. Okay, resistance and barrier will be occurs. So if you look at the basic planners, okay, the basic planners. Okay, so when you talk about discharge gap, okay, this is a we can say that planar mode, or when you go for the cylindrical, like when you talk about in top level configurations, it will be like that. There will be a discharge dielectric, and there will be a high voltage electrode, and then there will be a discharge gap. So this basically the reaction or ionized gas will be formed, and then reaction or conversion is taking place. Okay, you see there here the what is the approximately atmospheric pressure is required and frequency is required, and the thing is that it is simple like it is something like electrodes, metal electrode we are keeping, and then at least one dielectric barrier like a glass, okay, dielectric barrier we need to keep it. Say for example glass or quartz or ceramic materials or polymers in between the electrodes. Okay, we require the barrier kind of materials which can make it make it more faster the plasmas. Okay, so this is some of the like we can say that the relations how we can make it the breakdown voltage. Okay, how we can use for that is a kind of science. Based on that the relation is put it here, and then you can find out this one basically. Here the microwave discharge. Okay, what is the microwave discharge? Of course we know that in home, simple home, everywhere the microwave discharge or microwave oven is available. So what is the specialty is that it won't distort or destroy the actual the quality of the sample by means of it reach to the microwave level, electromagnetic level. Okay, that level of microwaves, and that means it try to excite the ionized gas in such a level, that means it attain the band gap of the energy band gap of that particular electromagnetic electrowave spectrums. Okay, so of course if you look at the electromagnetic radiations, the range microwave the microwave, as you know that in the home or anywhere. So if you look at it, there will be a chances of this is the range of we can say that 300 megahertz to the 10 yeah, it's we see that several different type of microwave plasma, cavity induced plasma, free expanding atomic atmospheric plasma, torches, okay, electron resonance plasma, and the surface wave discharge. These are all like a classification of this one. The microwave propagate along with the interface between the quartz tube and plasma column. The wave energy is absorbed by the plasma. Okay, so basically what happens, this is the gas is coming in light, and there is a wave, electromagnetic wave, microwave, we are passing this one. So what happens, there is a collision is taking place, and then there will be the waveguide, or there will be a circumstance, and it will be generate the torch when you talk about charge and particular wavelength. Okay, that I told you that this is the exact range of this one, and you will get it things. Okay, Glading arc, it's also something like a warm plasma. Of course we are told microwave plasma, and that Glading arc is the warm plasma, combining advantage of the both plasma and the non. It's just like a both combinations. Okay, microwave and this Glading wave. It is a basically transition type of arc discharge at the current. Okay, the periodic discharge typically evaluate during one cycle from the arc to the strong non-equilibrium discharge. The non-equilibrium Glading arc is a very sophisticated physically phenomenon. This translations quartz equilibrium, quasi equilibrium or non-equilibrium discharge is essentially non-uniform in the time and the space, and include the internal transitions from thermal to non-thermal mechanism of the ionizations. Okay, so it is also one of the important this plasma we can create is a warm plasma. It's a very simple feature of things. You can see the features which happen this one. So other type of plasma, so there is so many like a corona discharge, glow discharge, spark discharge. This is the applications which I put it into this one. Now if you see that overall this which we have seen this already the figure, Okay, so how the range between the when you go for the electronic excitation, dissociation, ionizations, we talk about this one. This is a similar way. So I'm just giving comparison. You can know getting this one. Now different plasma. So okay, not only the CO2 conversion. Suppose when you talk about the we are talking about the chain process, dry reforming, CO2 reductions, hydrogen production, methanations, ammonia synthesize. We look at here, first of all, the like it's a simple like a pictorial diagram how the plasma catalysts are getting into the process. Okay, the simple diagram is overall, like we can say first initially there should be plasma catalyst can be used for the indoor air cleaning application, volatile organic compounds removal, material treatment, wastewater treatment, methanations process, hydrogen formation, CO2 reductions. Okay, in ammonia synthesis. We look at CO2 reductions. We have dry reforming methods, hydrogen is CO2 splitting, direct CO2 splitting. That is what we are discussing. So direct CO2 splitting and CO2 reduction by high waters. Okay, so this is a very things. Okay, now we are coming to the catalysis. Okay, plasma, we have seen that one. How the plasma along with that coupled with the catalysis and then along with the reaction engineering, how things are happening. You see here, the plasma catalysis is the emerging branch of plasma processing at the interface of variety of disciplines, including physical chemistry and material science, nanotechnology, catalysis, plasma physics, and plasma chemistry. In short, we can observe enhance the plasma reaction by adding the catalyst to the reaction. Of course, see, when you are adding to any system, any kind of material, or you can consider to be we are considering as a catalysis as a chemical engineering point of view. So, of course, there will be a chances of enhancing the particular process. Okay, theoretically speaking, the combining plasma with the catalysis offer the best both of worlds. Inert molecules are activated by the plasma. Inert molecules under the mild conditions and subsequently the activated species selectively recombine at the catalyst surface to the yield the desired product. Okay, so this will be especially important to further advance and optimize the direct oxidative liquefaction pathway of the plasma chemical CO2 conversion in order to selectively produce. These are all some of the like introductory things for the how we can plasma can be together, or we can say coupled with the catalysis. Okay, so the plasma can be like combined, okay, with the catalysis in the single stage, two stage, multi-stage, depend on the location of the catalysis. Okay, so where you want to keep the catalyst, you want to keep the catalyst in the form of mesh, or you want to keep in the catalyst in the form of bed. Okay, it depends on the purely on design, what is the mode you are keeping this one. Okay, so when you talk about the plasma and catalyst are directly interact with each other, this single stage system are also easy to combine with the UV irradiations. Of course, I want to tell that is called plasma photocatalysis. Okay, so what happen, even we can pass the UV irradiations along with your plasma catalysis like 3 combinedly, so we can even easily get into the performance will enhance, nothing else. So these are all some of the advantage. What is the importance, like as you know that what is the importance when you are keeping the catalysis as a packed bed, or when you are keeping the catalysis as the fine particles, or when you are keeping the catalysis as the vial or other things, what are all advantages. Okay, and say for example you are mixing the catalyst and packing material before placing the reactor, the packed bed effect can be realized without the need for without the need for the high level, and packed bed effect can be realized without the need for high volume of costly catalysis. Okay, this setup also result in the costly homogeneous dispersions of the catalyst, which beneficial of reaction performance as the greater number of CO2 molecule will come into the contact in the catalysis. These are all some of the conclusion which is drawn from the different researchers. Suppose say for example the barium titanate, okay, they have used for their CO2 decomposition. Okay, used as the packing material, resulting there is a chance of increasing the electrical, like average electrical field and mean electron energy due to the formation of surface discharges alongside the typical filamentary discharge formed in the absence of the packed bed. Furthermore, the decreasing in the electron density causes by the electrical, now we are coming for the dielectric material, promote the oxygen radical recombinations. That means what happen whenever you are putting the catalysis as a packed material, say for example barium titanate. What their point is says that they are simply says that to that particular catalyst, the packed shape fashions. So what happened? There will be electron densities. That means decreasing the electron density. Automatically there is a promotion of radicals, oxygen radicals. So it tuned into the there is a conversions, efficient conversion of CO and oxygens. Okay, so the reaction performance, CO2 conversion and energy efficiency is also enhanced due to the physical changes resulting from the presence of the packing material. Of course, that there will be enhanced centrally, there will be an enhancement is be taking place. So here I'm just keeping here two-stage configuration, like how the two-stage is happening. First of all, you see that figure, there is a single plasma and plasma with the catalysis, and we can say the plasma plus catalysis. Okay, there is a three type of fashions. Okay, we are keeping making. What is the advantage of this these things? As when you talk about this one, the plasma provide chemically reactive species for catalysis or pre-converter reactor into the easier to convert product to accelerate the catalysis. Okay, in case of the non-thermal plasma, the long life reactive species produced by the plasma, and then मिश्रा जी, हेलो हेलो, हाँ अभी 12 बजे, हाँ क्या क्या बोल रहा है, क्या बोला? अभी मैं सुनो, तो अभी मैं फोन करता हूँ, क्लास चल रहा है, मैं बात करता हूँ 5 मिनट में, ठीक है? आप बात this is a very important aspect. The vibrations excite species radial ionized molecule can react within the catalyst to induce the catalytic particles. So these are applications for making the things. So here some of the conclusions which are drawn by the different researchers. Okay, I am putting here what are the conversions efficiency. Okay, what is the things we are making into considerations. Okay, how the things are happening. So the best conversions when you talk about the aluminate, okay, this is a conversion is good things. And when you talk about this nickel SiO2 catalyst and barium titanium spheres, the best combination for conversions, so and so efficiency are reached at the flow rate. Okay, so these are like the conversions how the CO2 is getting day by day is with respect to concentrations increased with the level of level. So we have pointed out here actually. Okay, so here the comparison of different plasma. Okay, so the mechanisms, how the radicals, free radicals or ion radicals are taken to the things. So when you talk about oxygen, when vacancies provide site for the absorption of oxygen atmospheres from the CO2. The energetic electron supplied by the plasma enhances dissociation electron attachment of CO2 at the surface. Subsequently, CO dissolve and move from the reactive side while the other O bridges. Okay, then oxygen vacancy. Okay, so this is you see that how the CO2 is getting placed in the plasma. When you look at the adsorptions and then desorptions. Okay, the slowly the valence ion radicals are getting slowly dissolved. CO2 star, the excite state, that is star is the excited, and then ionized, then CO is getting thing, and CO is evaluating again the CO2. That means we can say clearly here the plasma when you are applying here, so CO2 plus VO, and then CO2 it's ionized form, and then CO plus this one. It is trying to get into the actual CO conversions. Okay, so these are all some of the literature survey, whatever this gas mixtures, how the gas mixture is getting into that, what is the reference accordingly. So this is the interesting thing. This is as I told you, this is the your specific efficiency is energy efficiency, or this is the specific energy input. Okay, these are accordingly the things will be happen. So now what happened? What is the plasma effect, like a catalysis effect on things, and the effect of plasma on catalysis? Okay, these are all very important. Just look at the comparisons. Okay, electrical field enhancement, the pollution concentration in the plasma, and here it can reduce the coke formations when you talk about effect of plasma. and then hot spot formation, activation by the photon irradiations, lowering. These are all some of the comparisons which you are getting. Again, there is a physics we are trying to get it, how the gas compositions, plasma chemistry. Okay, you see here the pictorial view. Okay, the very important catalyst is plasma, and then plasma chemistry, surface chemistry, gas composition, plasma. So these are all cycle. This should be required when you are considered or when you are trying to make it to the plasma technology, and then we are talking about the the technology to be developed. Okay, this is my point which I make into the considerations. Okay, so what are all critical assessment? Okay, what are all critical, like when you talk about different technology for the plasma technology or plasma catalysis. Okay, suppose say for example when you talk about dielectric barriers, okay, discharge. So we required at least we required the ratio of 2:1 ratio, CO and O2 ratio. And then when you talk about geometry point of view, we require the coaxial dielectrical discharge reactor is required for getting the optical diagnosis. Okay, and then if you want to increase the efficiency, we require the packed bed catalysis inside the dielectric discharge, and then high efficiency will attain, and the pulsed power DPD. Okay, then I have given that means the based on the literature. So what is the specific input is required and particular DPD. So it should be the same as you know that it's a non-thermal plasma, but we try to convey this the gas flow rate should be a lower, so that high efficiency and energy efficiency will be achieved. So then when you talk about this influence of there is some results which you have obtained that dielectric barriers and achieved an improvement in the conversion of factors 90 up to the 9 compared to the silica gases. Okay, so this is some of the results. Also again the microwave and other things which we are trying to see, that you can go through the things. Now other plasma, of course I told you corona discharge flow, these all non-self-sustained discharge, capillary discharge, and nanosecond pulsed discharge. So performance of this different discharge is similar to that observed for the with maximum conversions, that the DPT is 42 and 50. So non-sustained, self-sustained discharge reached the conversion of 50% with the corresponding energy efficiency almost 30%. The advantage, main advantage of this charge is ability to control the electron energy by changing the dielectric or electric field. So these are all like maybe you can get it a clear idea what is the plasma, the efficiency, energy efficiency. It is lying in this one. When you talk about Glading arc and microwave radio, it's lying in the same region. When you talk about thermal equilibrium limit, it will be crossed to the particular conversions. Okay. So this is some of the summaries which you are getting from the literature survey or whatever the making this. So now I'm just giving, this is the important slide, because based on this all presentation means slide, these two slides are very, very important. If you look at it, the plasma assist catalytic process used for CO2 reduction are gaining interesting day by day. Of course, there is still a room, however, for the further improvement of the CO2 conversions and energy efficiency through the optimization of the plasma. A parameter like a high pressures, high flow rate, as well as through modification of catalysis. The plasma catalytic activities can be controlled by numerous factors such as nature of the catalyst support, active metal site. Okay, these are all some suggestions. Okay, that is closing perspective means suggestions like active metal site, surface area, nanoporous. Of course, when you talk about the catalyst preparations, that activation play an important role in that regard. In addition to this factor, fine tuning of the given catalysis is inevitable crucible factors, okay, for the plasma process. Of course, the fine tuning of given catalysis, like you are talking about activation, of course, there will be a arrangement of your particles. Several methods, that is what important thing is that there is several methods for loading different metal nanoparticle, like using the catalysis preparation, like a sol gel, co-precipitation, precipitation method, or hydrothermal synthesis. Using large surface area of the support can be mentioned the tuning of this loading catalyst. So then important factor which cannot be omit here, the choosing catalyst material which should have rather low cost to be potential commercialized and implemented in the, of course, there should be a the catalyst, the cost of catalyst should be very, very low. And then only we can make it commercialize. So result of recent development of microwave discharge possible to place the catalyst casting directly in the discharge zone can be powerful way to take advantage. And in addition, using plasma as a tool for preparation of activation to improve the application better inside the underlying mechanism of the plasma catalyst in desire. A great understanding of plasma chemistry, both plasma modeling and coupling with the other technologies such as catalyst, membrane material will allow to field to expand. So of course, we require some kind of mathematical model of the plasma and then to couple the proper coupling with the material. So we expect that results present in this talk will provide useful information, insight in the plasma assist CO2 conversion in the presence of absence of catalyst, which may useful for the greenhouse gas conversion efficiency. This is very, very important. Like I hope these talks will be done. These are all some of the books we are publishing our myself and other co-authors. This covers also plasma, and then these are all some of the reference. These are our current project which are we are carried out are going on in our lab, and then this is the clean air and this materials, and then we are talking about this one. Thank you so much.